got it. Whatever she says, recording in progress. Like when I tap on got it, I have to be like, got it.
I was just telling my sister yesterday of us doing the meditation thing, and then your message tone going gorgeous. I was like, it's like stuck in my head. Gorgeous.
We can never start Markolide without giggling.
It just doesn't happen, and I think it's really important because then we just get very like in the thing.
Yes. Which I have to remember to look at the lens. Hello, lens.
Put a like
Also,
see me, I me sticker over there. I can so
yeah.
imagine that you would do that. Put a butterfly or something that makes it easier for you.
Damn it, I should have done that. But anyway, welcome to Markolide,
Hi,
where
me, hi.
send me hi. I missed saying
I
this.
know.
And Shireen was just discussing
Mhm.
that we did not get to share the me hi, chick send me hi with our faculty, which would have been epic. And
Especially because we were in the entire zone of being knee high chicks and knee high. Like it was pretty much how we were living in
flow.
ZAPURZA. Mm-hmm.
We were so in flow. So this podcast is going to be all about our ZAPURZA experience. We got together at ZAPURZA, the art museum in Pune. Please Google it right now, or go on my Instagram page, Kopal at Kopal Spectra, and just go to the ZA highlight. You will see how it looks. I have given all the description of what the experience was, but there is so much more that happened, more than what I have put there. So I just put it like my own diary entry that after years I'll look back at it, because Shireen, I don't think this experience
Mm-hmm.
will ever happen in our lives.
I
This is
think
what I'm.
yeah, but like the beauty of it being that it has to be that it doesn't like happen again, like the idea of it being so beautiful, so epic, such an experience is that what we shared together collectively could only happen in this space and in this time. So I think we appreciate it much more. The memory of it, that is what it makes it, immemorial, that kind of a thing.
So I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we line up all the ingredients that came together, which is this experience, and it became the yummiest thing that we could ever consume in experience form. Let's begin with the ingredients. You go first.
Okay, I think just looking at everybody and having that warm reception of hugging and being like, hi, it's so nice to finally see you, feel you, meet you. That is one of the most precious things that it began with. Our cohort,
Yes.
because we're like, oh, it's been so long, and we just wanted to like be in each other's presence, and we had so much to share and give and receive. And then this first cohort, whom we were just getting to know and experience
Yeah.
together,
Second. Yeah.
and then, of course, our mind blowing teachers, our faculty, the ATFT.
Yes. Art therapy faculty. What is the T for? ATFT. So
Uh,
for faculty, we are saying FT.
I think maybe faculty. So the T.
Moving on. I was like just about to go into tangent talk. So if
But the
we
annoying part is it's going to stay in my head. So until I figure it out what it is.
so if one wants to create the Zapurza experience that we had, they would start off with the ingredients of hugs from our cohort, who met after so long, meeting the first cohort and the faculty being over there. And I'll try to add more ingredients to this yummy experiential dish that we had. Um, Having our faculty give us the workshops and the art intervention experience in person, that was another great ingredient that makes it this amazing thing. And another great ingredient adds to this is ZAPURZA. Like,
Yeah,
we could
just
have not
this
asked for a better
venue.
setup. Yeah, the greenery over there, the the rockiness, the beauty, the hills, the clouds that were coming and tickling the top of the head of the hills, then the rain that would come on. It wasn't that hard. I mean, I really enjoyed that little rain with all the friends. Like, you know how it's a rainy day and you're inside the house and you're making some crafts. We got to do that with our art buds, our senior cohort, and our faculty who we had just seen on the laptop. And then they came out of the, because I was hugging everybody was saying that you're not in the laptop.
Also,
Yeah.
along with the actual natural space, the man-made ones also that we really appreciated. The canteen, like the area where we have spent so much time discussing, debating, talking about things, having this entire space, sharing with food, and the endless amount of foods that our dear friends would just put onto the table, and we're eating from this plate and that, and just having so much of conversation right there in that space. The really long tables, which always gave me the very Hogwarts feel of us sitting together, the first, second cohort, all mixed together and just sharing the space. Along with that, the gallery number 9 that became our semi home, because this whole sitting and creating art was happening right there. The whole room was filled with like craft supplies and pictures and glue and katran and us, and we're all just sitting and creating. I think I've not been in a more beautiful space like that, just to write
Yeah.
of our kiln, our ilk, and the amphitheater again. Just that.
Another man-made space.
So along with the natural, these man-made spaces have also given us a lot of, oh, of course, our dorm and the boathouse. But yeah.
Oh, oh, we'll get to the dorm. Amphitheater became our after party space. Like
Definitely so.
when we would have all our sessions in gallery number 9, the meals being had with the faculty and the senior cohort, and then when everybody would leave, we guys would just go, come on, let's have more fun. I have no idea where were we getting so much energy from, but also had the idea where we were getting the energy from. You know, I mean, before anybody watching and listening to this thinks something else, what I mean by that is we were just purely getting energy off of each other, because us weirdos have been desperately, our second cohort, we have been desperately waiting for this moment when we will get together. And then when we just get together, we are just like totally charged up on this flow of oxytocin and
How like the
so much.
me high of the me high, I would say.
Yes, the high of the me high. What did you say?
The
I flipped
me,
it.
no, like just the me high, right? How we just check the pronunciation of MEHIGH, that being like
Yeah,
us being high in a general sense of like excitement and wanting to experience everything together and cherishing each moment. So those
yeah,
after party scenes also were actually just for us to put this really nice music, sit and take in the day, spend some time with ourselves also, and the blue expanse in front of us and smell the different, like, sounds and everything. It was just
Did you
really.
the different sounds?
I changed my sentence in between.
Got it. Yeah.
But
Yes, the sounds were amazing and the smells.
a collective,
Yeah.
yeah, aromatic experience.
I would also say that one of the ingredients was music also. I am so glad I took my speaker
Yeah, yeah,
and
definitely.
just casually playing it without taking consent. I mean, it's the faculty, and I had the audacity to play any and all of my music in the best. That's why I love our collective, our cohort, the senior one, the faculty, that they were so appreciative of it. You know, they all really liked it, and I had such amazing mix of playlists that something was there for everyone.
Mhm.
And another ingredient, the random dances that we would break into.
I think we're highly entertaining in general. So before we even seek entertainment, we just entertain ourselves. Just like that. Starting from the
And
very
we
first
became
day. Yeah, just from the first day when we knew that the faculty are coming, and we're like, okay, okay, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? They're coming. We obviously want to welcome them. We want it to be grand. We want them to be made feel special. And we have exactly no idea in how much time they're coming. We're just like, okay, they're on their way and they're coming soon. But the soon had no like time limit. So what do? We're like, chalo practice kar lete. So we
yeah.
kind of get together and start dancing. And we dance and we're dancing. It's not just like, just welcoming dance. We're in it like completely with the music and the beats and the most um, energetic songs that there are in Bollywood. We've danced on them.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was just sound check happening. We all were just trying what song will fit best. Has to be very Indian-y. What was that song where the Shank plays on? You had suggested that song.
Nagara Singh Dhol.
Uh, yeah, it was a perfect song. Like, we were just changing the plan of what song it should be, and it just became a party till they came. As we are just deciding what song to play, I think that is when our senior cohort get to know that, okay, so they're like that. And I love it that towards the end, even they became like us.
Mhm.
They were also like, yeah, okay, we'll join this weirdo party. And what I really loved was I was reminded of, yeah, John Gussack. John Gussack was his name, or David Gussack.
David Gassan.
David Gussack. So he had asked us how was it staying when we had met in the first semester. How was it basically staying with everybody in the same vicinity? So I had shared with him that it was like sitting with a lot of weirdos. Like it was like meeting my weirdos, and he was like, that's exactly what it is like to meet other art therapists. We are a bunch of weirdos. He
Yeah.
had said that in the first semester. And then I was remembering that conversation as we were at ZAPURZA experiencing all this. I think the first cohort got to live that when
Mhm.
he was when he meant that art therapists are a bunch of weirdos.
And then I know that the
And
weirdos is actually complimentary rather than insulting.
completely, yeah, we have reclaimed weirdo.
Mhm.
It's ours now. I mean, not you and me ours, but yeah, weirdos all around the globe. We
Mm.
have that term.
Yeah. And then I think just moving ahead with the every activity that we did and how much it created in a sense like the puppet making. and just
I was
experiencing that.
just thinking about the puppet making only. And you, so this was happening a
ZaMarkolide.
lot. Yeah, this was happening a lot in our trip where I would be thinking of a song and Shireen would start singing it or vice versa or a thought. So I would be like, so about our website, I was thinking that Shireen would turn around. I was just talking over that. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, so just the just the idea of us creating puppets together and the collective creative energy that was in the room, and not just creative, but because puppets are so real, and then there's a part of us, a semi self portrait in a sense, and we're all expressing ourselves in a way to be learning to be a little vulnerable, but also having that, okay, how do we like calculate how much to share, how much to not, and then we have to produce like a semi skit along with all our puppets, which was
How
very
did we
interesting.
do that? It was such short notice. And so we had to,
Oh, the first
uh,
Markolite where both of us ended up being in the same group. Mhm.
yeah, and before I forget this thought, uh, as an Indian, as an Indian person, I got to experience that whole thing कि हाँ यार ये परदेसी ज्यादा सही से काम कर लेते हैं हमारे जैसे ठीक है ट्रांसलेशन as an Indian I got to experience that thing of yeah why do people outside of India do things much better than we can and Susan ma'am did that
Yeah.
like having us do a meditation in the beginning and then we had to create a little book out of an A4 size sheet paper with 3 4 faces on it. I mean sides to it, and then writing our puppet's story based on what our puppet's gift was and the challenge that our puppet faces and how the challenge is averted with the gift that our puppet has. And there was a whole list of instructions of how to do this puppet activity. And then there was cutout of limbs from which we had to create the puppet. There was a whole table. It was amazing how she'd gotten all the materials. What all materials did we have? Do you remember?
So luckily, I have my puppet here with me, and so there are obviously these lots of faces of all kinds like this, and magazine cutouts. I didn't have to do much in terms of what to like. Where do we go and seek inspiration? It was literally what is calling out to me. So, the
Yeah.
page is filled with all of these pictures because obviously none of us had bought magazines and come, but she had set it up completely. And then for our puppets, the individual body outlines, and then we cut those and having those brads that would help move the puppet. To having colors and strings and flowers and decoration and like all of these adornments to go along with it, and cardboard and straws. So overall, just it's like this is how you foster creativity, you're putting it
Yeah.
out there and you're giving it like a table, one of the main ingredients being ki bhai, just
Yeah.
take it all and create what you wish to create.
There
And
was so much freedom. When you said brats, by the way, I gave a little laugh because again I was experiencing that यार ये यूएस का माल बड़ी बढ़िया चीज है ये तो हमने कभी देखा ही नहीं इंडिया में like we were introduced to materials that was not known to us and I mean it is available in our country of course you bought it
Mhm.
but we didn't know it was that so I was also again having that experience so yeah बाहर वाले लोग ज्यादा अच्छा करते हैं यार हमसे हर चीज
I,
and yeah
yeah, I think just the thing to be grateful for over here is that we're literally studying under them. We're like actually getting it
yeah
from them. So the experience becomes so wholesome because by not directly saying that this is how I do a therapy session where I put it out there, we experienced it. So we got that
yeah
hands-on knowledge of when we are in her shoes, this is how we go about it, which I think was quite phenomenal.
So the puppet thing didn't end there. We had to create that book. We had to create our puppet. First of all, like limb by limb, we create our thing and we decorate our puppet. Shireen's puppet is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
unique
Yeah, very unique. Not a limb by limb one, but yeah.
because Shireen's puppet is a monument. Any guesses?
Ta-da!
And then we were broken into groups and where we shared our puppets stories and then we had to create a skit, a performance where we combined all the characters uh, common themes and give a performance, and all this happened within a span of what, 4 hours?
Yeah, so just the aspect of making the skit, we barely got 20 minutes or so. Or
Yeah.
we had to first talk about the puppet, or little more than that, I guess, 30-40 minutes. But just the
Hmm.
conception, the whole thing happened then and there.
Shireen, you and I got to experience what we do together when we sit and come up with brainstorming ideas and all that. We got to do that with new people,
Mhm.
right? The way we brainstorm ideas and execute it, that high that we feel just between the two of us, we got to do that with people that we were randomly put with. And our faculty was also within that group. And then we just gave a performance which was so good. And everybody did that. Like there's so much creative power that was within us, which we weren't aware of. And it just got unleashed. And I mean, if I like I shared that with you on that day itself, that if I see this on paper, I would be like, bro, split this into 3 days. Susan ma'am did this in just 4 hours time, and we took back so much. And puppets is not a easy
It's not,
intervention.
yeah. And the beauty of it also was like it was the two of us, and then we had our seniors, and then we had Bani, and together it
Yeah,
was such
that's
an
fine.
interesting mix. One of our faculty, and also this happening on the first day. So we're all, as it is, a little, like, okay, we're testing the waters in the sense of being around each other, and then puppets make you feel very vulnerable because there is some aspect of what you've created that you always feel like, okay, is this me? Am I representing me? Is this my weakness? Is
Mhm.
this a strength that I wish to cultivate? And then you have to come out and just showcase it in a manner which I found very interesting. And if there was no spontaneity, I think I would have mulled over it more. I would have been like,
Yeah,
okay, how else do I do this? A little bit of masking could have happened. But when you're like,
yeah,
oh, do it. So all
yeah.
the barriers automatically got eliminated.
I was quite mind blowing to me. And it was a comfort space also for a person like me because I'm able to think on the spot. So I was able to relax a bit because I was like, "Ah, I can come up with a story.
Mhm.
I can come up with a design." And yeah, it was fun to like sit with that comfort and knowing that I'll be challenged more. I wasn't nervous at all. So
Yeah.
it's all about how they have trained us from semester one to semester two with all these experiential art experientials that we've had, the reflection, the execution. It it all built up to that moment where I was just chill, like, yeah, baएं हाथ का खेल है. Even though she is ambidextrous, yeah,
Yeah, I think the 6 BSM and the puppet making, since we had an idea of what it could be,
yeah,
yeah, it came more naturally to just do it. The question wasn't why or what, like how do what the intervention was asking us to do. It was just how do we go about it with it with the space that we're in. I think that was about it. And we just
Yeah.
have to match everybody else's wavelengths to come to the space. Like, okay, when we presented, it has to go somewhere in sync. Otherwise, if it's a
Yeah.
one-person show, then obviously you just go ad hoc and however you want to. So,
Were you able to experience how different it was for the senior cohort versus us? Because I was just now thinking that we are 2 semesters in with the training and vagera vagera. And the senior cohort is like 4 semesters in, done with their thing. Were you able to see some difference, or were we creating, expressing in a similar manner? Because I'm,
intriguing thought. I'm
huh?
just intriguing thought. I'm just going back to that day. I'm thinking of us sitting together and discussing over there, like the 5, 6 of us in that room, and I'm trying to recall the reflections and see. mm, I think for us, I mean, obviously, kudos to them, and they've done a brilliant job of becoming our therapists now. But for us, again, we come from a lot of psych. A
One
little bit.
second. So, sorry to break your thought. Flow. Mia.
No,
I was talking about, if once they've had that experience, 4 years, 4 semesters experience versus us, with
no,
just
yeah, yeah.
two.
So, and that's what. So again, I would like, because it was just the two of us from the second cohort, and the rest were the first cohort. I'm trying to figure out any particularly different approaches, but to be honest, I didn't find any. I think,
Right? That's what was so cool, that the hierarchies of, more education, let's put it that way. Like even the faculty was sharing where it was not very visible that, yeah, they have had more experience or anything. Just that Sangeeta ma'am's one, her containment box, I felt was the most creative, where she had created a coin slot thing and she was
mm,
taking one material from each of us. Because over there, I was like, this is an experienced art therapist.
yeah. Also a
But that's,
beautiful gesture in a sense,
yeah,
for us. I think them being so brilliantly, like, not having any hierarchies, and that's why the circular aspect of anything and everything that we did. We were essentially, at any point of time, we were 35 of us, which is, to be honest, it's a large group.
yeah.
Have being
I
on that.
am a huge fan of circles now.
Mm, yeah, there's a great aspect of equality and being able to meet each one, uh, like there, then and there. I think that was really amazing, and
Yeah.
all the teachers participating when one of them was conducting. I think that was
Yeah.
really nice. It just made everybody feel like, okay, we're in this together. We've all got our own journeys at different stages. Yeah.
We will have to do another episode, man, because I want to talk about the farewell, and then the seniors' farewell, and then the torch, handing over the torch thing that they did, which was so epic.
Like the card that they made, I was just noticing it because in that whole hustle bustle and everything that was happening in the day, I didn't really get a chance to actually appreciate the simple artwork of it. But the thought that has gone into building that simple card is not so simple. And I've put it up on my table and it's on the board. Was it this truly inspiring? It's a
Yeah.
flaming torch. It's got glitter, it's got design on the side, it's got an arrow. And I just so appreciate it because it's got, like, you can feel something budding, something like being there. I quite like it.
And it's perfect, with that thought that, we will be now the budding art therapists from third semester onwards. And, um, Yeah, it was like a beautiful gesture, and that too, like they had created that whole torch, which was also used for something else. How are we doing? Shireen's laugh is introducing a new topic right now. How are we doing on time?
We're not doing very well. As in,
Okay, we'll talk about this in part two.